Alright, guys and girls, today I'm going to be talking about probably one of the most interesting books I've ever read, and I'm sure you guys will love this book. It's called How to Be a Billionaire, and it details very, very interesting and similar and dissimilar characteristics, perspectives, habits, behaviors of all these billionaires, from a billionaire who got rich from starting a garbage disposal company and then buying mom and pop garbage disposal companies and growing that business. It's so ridiculous all the ways you can become billionaires. In fact, there's this YouTube video. First off, do you guys realize that there's over 1,000 billionaires in the world right now? Um, and so, there's this YouTube video. You can Google it, and it's like, I think it's by Forbes. It's like all the ways you can become billionaires. Well, not all the ways, some of the ways. And it's like a little 2-minute video, and it goes through like 12 different ways billionaires have gotten their money. And it's the most random stuff, um, like pantyhoses, uh, selling guitars, and then obviously the famous ones: Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook; Bill Gates, Microsoft, etc. But it's so ridiculous. There's a billionaire who got famous from uh, selling Greek yogurt, and there's a obviously Oprah and so forth. And so here's what I've learned: it is not easy at all. Okay, it seems so easy and basic when I just say you sell yogurt or you sell guitars. No, it's so much more complicated than that. And I don't, after reading this book, I don't think it's freaking worth it. It's not worth it to make that much money because half the time, it's going to cost you your family life. It's going to cost you any free time you have. It means you're going to be working 7 days a week, 10 to 15 hours per day, and you have to really love what you're doing. And you're probably going to sacrifice on your family or something else. It's going to be really hard. You sometimes need a personality that requires um, a personality that sometimes, in terms of business world, means you're not going to make that many friends in order to get the best returns for your business. That sort of stuff. Not always, And another thing I learned is, although there's a lot of similarities in behaviors and characters and personality traits and skills you need from very surprising stuff like negotiating skills or mathematical skills or just hobbies that are very similar between billionaires, like they all like some sort of they've all, not all of them, but a lot of them like to read a lot. A lot of them, and again, I learned this not just from this book, but from a lot of material I consumed on videos, online, documentaries on billionaires like Elon Musk. A lot of them are very high IQ, not always though, and they can all, okay, not all of them, a lot of them consume a lot of books easily. They just devour books like it's nothing, and they love it. They're very interested in it. Elon Musk, and I didn't learn this from this book, I learned it from a documentary, but when Elon Musk was asked how he decided to start a space company and how he learned about rockets and so forth, he just said he started picking up books on rocket science and started reading. He had actually a photographic memory. Um, but here's something surprising. Like, although they are very intelligent oftentimes, some of them aren't like super genius at all. They just were very I would say smart in their own way. Sometimes street smart, good at negotiating, good at doing the best for their company. Not like IQ smart or mathematical genius smart where they could beat you at math. Anyhow, let's get to the nitty gritty of the book. I very much liked it, and I think it definitely helped me. So I definitely recommend you read it, whether or not you want to be a billionaire or not. Um, as the preface of the book remarks, um, this book is not about becoming a billionaire, but the strategies in it may be useful in you earning money. Because if this person can make billions of dollars, I'm sure it can help you make at least a few cents or a few dollars, a few $1,000 per month extra with the secrets in this book. And the book probably, for me, I feel like I got it through my library, but it probably only cost like $7 used um, on Amazon.com or something like that. Anyhow, the value is definitely in there. So basically, the book is there's short biographies that are still very detailed, but fairly short compared to actual biography books that are like 700 pages on just one person's life. It's fairly short biographies on pretty much their whole life, focusing in on when they started their companies and what a little sometimes before they started their companies. When it focuses for Bill Gates, for instance, it started earlier than that because it's important in how he and why he started his company. But they're somewhat short biographies that are still very detailed, um, about, I would say, roughly 5 to 10 of the best billionaires in existence. Although it's obviously missing quite a few, but obviously hitting on the big ones, the Rockefeller, John D. Rockefeller Sr., Bill Gates, Sam Walton, and so forth. And it's just enough for you to understand everything. It's a very, I think it's generally uh, it's a easy read. Some parts can get pretty tough, and you have to think about it. But generally, it's an easy read, and I think it's very useful. And I think it's there's one thing that I learned. If you want to make money, you want to start at the top. If you want to do anything, you want to start at the top. For me, that as far as money, that's one of the mistakes I made when I first started getting into this. I just picked up random how to get rich books or personal finance books, and obviously I filtered out the ones that were just pure crap, trick, scam, how to get rich fast books, and really buckled down on the ones that had high ratings, the ones that were quality, the ones who were from actual millionaires, instilling their general principles rather than specific things. In case I didn't want to get into their specific industry of sales or marketing or selling paint cans or whatever. Then I realized later on, well, there's 1,000 billionaires out there. Why don't you start reading their books first rather than these random millionaires? Billionaires have 1,000 times of the wealth of a millionaire. And so, not all of them have written books, but quite a lot have. And if you guys must know, I've sort of, after reading a book by Ted Leonsis, well, actually not just one book, but from multiple influences and